4 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time. If you have just joined us, welcome to it. This is African Diaries. Shayla and Dikumana keeping you company, and I'm with you all the way through to midnight in Central African time on this here beautiful Wednesday evening, the 20th of August 2025. To the team that was, what a stellar job. I see that Tsepi Somakotla is feeling much better, and we love that for her. Catch her tomorrow between 9 and 10 p.m. on Africa World Hour as she wraps up headlines that have been throughout the day. And so on this show, we simmer down, we relax, we talk about the conversations that matter most to us. And today we are in the relationship zone, okay? We are learning to be better partners. We are learning to identify issues that we might personally have. Or we're learning whether or not we are in a toxic relationship ourselves. Listen, all this and so much more with respect to relationships. And I want to talk about a buzzword today. That's what I'll be focusing on. Listen, every now and then you come across a buzzword and you're like, what is that about? This one specifically has very many people triggered on social media. And so we'll be getting into that in a short bit. In the very first hour, we have an opportunity to recap the day that was. We'll specifically be looking at the Rise and Shine Team on the Move, Africa Update, and the Upside. Then we are going to be looking at breadcrumbing. Breadcrumbing, not breadcrumbs, not bread and crumbs. No. Breadcrumbing. Do you know what that means? Do you have a sense? Are you gauging the context? Have you seen it on social media? Have people elaborated extensively on this thing? Listen, I want to hear from you. What do you think breadcrumbing is? Find me on WhatsApp, +27 6340 69126. We will be having a panel over to discuss this conversation as we journal down a few notes with respect to what breadcrumbing is, how we experience this in relationships, and finding out whether it's good or not so that we can either continue to look for breadcrumbing or stay away from it. And so that comes your way between the first and the second hour of the show. Of course, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to get your thoughts and views. We'd love to get your questions. Find us on WhatsApp, that number +27 6340 69126, on X, on Instagram, and on TikTok at Channel Africa 1, and on Facebook at Channel Africa Radio. Do remember, we are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. The page you are looking for is Channel Africa. Moreover, DSTV's 802 is where you find us. If not, 628 on OpenView HD. For now, some music.
Africa Speaks on African Diaries with Shayla Ndikumana.
This August, we celebrate the strength, brilliance, and unstoppable spirit of African women.
It was the women themselves who strove for and got the changes by lobbying, going through NGOs, and by networking.
That's you, ladies. From the boardroom to the classroom, from the marketplace to the microphone, women are leading, innovating, and transforming our continent every day.
Here's to knowing that as a woman, your voice can change the world.
Your voice matters. Your story inspires. Your presence is powerful. This Women's Month, we honor you. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Mais moi dans la foyer qui l'aime on commence causer ou pas parler pour écouter. Ou dit qui ou en bas pression et où l'esprit il bouleversé. Quelquefois on fatigué et moi mais l'amour pour ou moi dans une quantité. So dit qui l'amour souvent fois il danse. Mais mon pas n'écouter. Il a quelque chose pas balancé. pas bon, sans main ou satisfait.
Des relations, y'en a des pas expectées pour pas faire. Si nous tous les deux nous cinq côtés, bien si nous l'avons identifié. Y'en a quelque chose avec mon qui ou pas pour capable senser. Bien si mon bon vilain mon ça oui man c'est mon vie. Parfois ou les Haïti, à cause d'un trop si vite. L'homme même les ou doute mon l'amour, dit ou petit confiance dans moi. Zoti qui l'amour, souvent va y danser. Mais mon pas écouter, mais là quelque chose pas balancer. Sans même moi qui aime, tu désobéis bonté. Quand même on sait mon mieux pas bon, sans même on satisfait.
Mon connaît qui m'ont pas déserve, qui m'en y a, qui m'ont pécan traité, non, non. Mais mon paraît pour mon rôle des solutions.
Chose à la lésère, mais l'amour essayé, chérie c'est corporé.
Zoti qui l'amour, souvent failli danser. Mais mon pas n'écouter, et là quelque chose pas balancer. Sans même moi qui est, tu désobéis bon Dieu. À cause quand même on sait mon mieux pas bon, sans pain ou satisfait.
Zoti qui l'amour, souvent fois y danser. Mais mon pas d'écouter, mais là quelque chose va balancer. Sans même moi qui aime, tu désobéis bonté. Quand même on sait mon mieux pas bon, sans même satisfait.
When the sun goes down, we don't stop the talk. Channel Africa, the best nighttime radio.
What's up? This is KL, Mr. K. I'm Connor Garden. Right now, you're listening to Channel Africa.
Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Mañana karikoti mo marame. You been the one, my love. Diamond walking molly. Chinelli ne wash the coli. Only vegale simplicity. Bimbo like el poli. Your ex-man looking at me funny and I cause it to me. Mong I'm jelly gucci mo sing kube. I'm different thing funny bube. Nyazo song marang nandaba. I can put you on. Wanna go nyala, tangle in the mouth. I'm on just my London. Speaking up a share, see my London. Baby, want me. Mas lila na mono, my kid wanting sweet. Better tell him it's more than love, this land and see. Lo lie, mele super. Bigger when I wear, don't never look back. I shot it past, you told me them tech. Cause you know I want you.
You talk to me, baby. Eba sihlukanisa uthando lugcwele ngicela ubapheke izitele ozigcwele ungavumi izingene athi ngikusele uthando lakho ngeke mina ngawe ngigcwele ngiyakutshela sange bangifaka umoya ngawe ngayifela mangithi ngiyaphuma ngiyofuna amasela uze wena nomndeni wami nibedesi kala ngikufuna ngayithela manje usungowami inhliziyo ifudumele phela amaphutha ngalingasese njalo manginawe ngizizwa ngiphelele ngithi uthanda mina phela kungashintshi yangisanganisa fana nawe angekaphinda bekhona kulelizwe kukhona okuthize ngathi ngikuhlile ungenza ngibize ngithi uthanda mina phela kungashintshi yangisanganisa singanqoba nebhizi ngayihlanganisa kukhona okuthize ngisize ngathi ngidlize ungenza ngiphile ngithatha ungibeke ngeke ebasihlukanisa uthando lugcwele ngicela ubapheke izitele uzigcwele ungavumi izingene ngathi ngikusele ngathi ngikusele ngathi ngikusele uthando lakho lungenza ngishelela
angicabanga wena njalo sengaba novalo oh baby lalela isikhalo awusathengi I know uthando lami luzokhula njalo uma nami ngijabula njalo without you girl I feel incomplete I'm trying to fall back take the lead I'm trying my best can't you see I got you anything no
I think said Nana ilungu ithatha ungibeke ebasihlukanisa uthando lugcwele ngicela ubapheke izitele uzigcwele ungavumi izingene ngathi ngikusele ngathi ngikusele ngathi ngikusele uthando lakho lungenza ngishelela
The Upside, your afternoons just got even better.
Bantu Biko Street by Simpiwe Dana. Ndi ready. Simpiwe, 20 years in song. So what emotions come up when you hear that, hey, you've been doing this for 20 years now?
It almost feels like no time has passed, eh? I just, I know obviously time has passed, but I don't feel it. Even about my age, I'm 45. I always get shocked when I think, oh my God, in 5 years' time, I'll be 50. Because for me as an artist, it's almost like when it comes to certain things, time stands still. And as a result, you find that a lot of artists are very childlike, which, it helps them to always have a fresh approach to issues.
That we take no sides, none whatsoever. We are The Upside. African Diaries. Weekdays, 10 till midnight.
Kwamamazala, this one by Dorothy Masuka, Dorothy Masuka, taking us to the southern region of our beautiful African continent. Before that, Sete was the song K.O. Youngstana and Blackie on that one, representing South Africa on the playlist. And then kickstarting off the triple play, we had Daniel and Ruben taking us to the Seychelles, with that one titled Doob Conscience. If you're joining us for the very first time, welcome to it. This is African Diaries. Shayla and Dikumana keeping you company. And we do this thing weekly, in actual fact, weekdays between 10 and midnight, where we simmer out of the day that has been and allow ourselves to dig deeper into ourselves. You know, we spend so much time giving of ourselves to those contexts around us, and rightfully so. Okay, we're not going to deny it's important. You have to serve your community. You have to serve your family. You have to serve in your workspace. You have to serve everyone. This is the show that allows you to serve you. And so let's start off with me treating you to the day that was on Channel Africa. And we kickstart off with the Rise and Shine team, where Asanda Beta spoke to Stephanie Walters, who is a senior research fellow at the South African Institute of International Affairs and the director of Okapi Consulting. And this conversation sort of dwelled on the peace talks in Doha between the Democratic Republic of Congo and the M23 rebel group, which have hit a roadblock.
Well, look, it's that acute crisis that, I mean, as I said at the beginning, this conflict started in 2021. But as you rightly say, at the beginning of this year, there was a massive escalation with the M23 capturing two provincial capitals, Goma and Bukavu. Now, that's obviously given the M23 and Rwanda significant leverage on the ground. What it means practically in the DRC is that those areas, the eastern DRC, are under control of a rebel movement. Kinshasa no longer has a functional administration there. The M23 has set up parallel administrations. Very simple things like bank transfers from Kinshasa aren't arriving in the east. So this is a really difficult situation. And the capture of those areas has highlighted both Kinshasa's weakness, especially the weakness of the army, but also I think the bigger intentions perhaps of the M23 and of its Rwandan backers, which to some extent at this point do seem to be a level of territorial control that of course a sovereign country cannot tolerate.
The rebels say the release of captives is necessary before negotiations can continue, while the government is preferring to address it within the talks. How usual is it for such disagreements to stall negotiations?
Look, I think this is really a detail. And again, I would say, for me, I interpret that as a fundamental sort of unwillingness at this point to make key concessions. Yes, that is one of the points that was put in the declaration of intent from July, and there have been meetings between the two parties with the Red Cross present. That is often the organization that helps mediate these kinds of situations where prisoners are involved. But it's also important to remember that the M23 is a non-state armed group that has taken up arms against the central government. And so obviously there is a violation of Congolese law there. In the context of conflicts, we often do have these kinds of negotiations around amnesty and so on and so forth. Those do take time. And we have to also remember that Kinshasa needs to be able to sell this particular peace deal and the terms thereof to its own population.
Keeping things on the move, Balisa Tao and Benjamin Mushatama spoke to psychotherapist Leheen Lowe, and this was with respect to why it's important to reconnect with nature and why this is more vital now than ever as research warns of humanity's growing disconnection from the natural world.
Absolutely. We work on chrono time. You'll know that. It's your time, your clock, your diary. Everything works on chrono time. And that is a very fast time. So what we really need to do is now and then tap into Kairos time, which is be present here now and slow down. So we unfortunately that's what's happened with our lives especially when we live in a city. It's busy. There's goals to reach. There's pressure. There's stress. There's traffic. There's all kinds of things that puts us into this almost like a trap, and it's very hard to get out of that.
Yeah. Let's talk about what you mean by the chrono time. What does that term mean?
It really means that they have different times, and the tempo is different. So chrono time is the fastest time. It's when you look at your watch and look at it, it's 12:22, or it is 1 hour before my meeting. That's the chrono time. That's the outside time. While Kairos time is sort of the inside time. It's like how your natural flow, how you adapt to the sun's coming up, the sun's coming down. It's this season outside. I must wear this. This is more Kairos time, being present in now.
Yeah.
Not chasing something, not worrying about something. Just be here now.
Well, don't we wish, Helene, that we were living in that time? But unfortunately, in order to live where we live right now, in the world that we do, we need to make money. And obviously, we've glamorized the city life in a way that, offers us the work that we want.
And lastly, we catch up with Africa Update, a 2-day conversation at the National House of Traditional and Khoisan Leaders in Imbizo in Johannesburg is taking place. Lulu Gabu spoke to Council Chair Cecile de Fleur on its significance.
And so far, are you happy with the discussions that have taken place and, at the Imbizo? And what would you like to see come out of this Imbizo? And obviously, I would presume that it would be actionable and with accountability at the end of the day.
Yes. There's always this elephant in the room, and that is the lack of implementation. And so for the Khoi and the San people who are not yet recognized in this country of their origin as the first indigenous peoples or traditional communities, for us, it is really an opportunity to raise our concerns to the ministers that are here, to the different traditional councils that are here, and we made it clear in this midterm review that the Khoi and San people have been fighting for their recognition for more than 30 years now, and still the Khoi and San people are not formally, statutorily recognized in this country. So that is one of the main issues that we want to bring to this Imbizo. And then...
It is 30 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time. That's how we wrap up stories that have been on Channel Africa, where we, of course, bring you that African perspective. For those stories and more, please head over to www.channelafrica.co.za. And if you want to watch the shows, yes, watch, not just listen. Watch the shows. Head over to YouTube and Facebook. The channel or the page you're looking for is Channel Africa. And lastly, for the updates of all the shows in real time, use the handle at Channel Africa 1 on X, Instagram, and TikTok.
From Cape to Cairo, every beat tells a story. It's African Diaries on Channel Africa.
Welcome to this here Wednesday edition of African Diaries. Shayla Ndikumana keeping you company. And I've got fairly an hour, 13 minutes left with you as we simmer down the day and get into our time to journal. This is our time to scribe, to share our minds, our hearts with the idea and understanding that we are becoming better. Okay, we are offloading. We are onboarding some of the information we're learning. And so we start off by saying, Shajara Mpenzi ya Africa.
Signs of breadcrumbing in a relationship. Number 1, there is no consistency in your communication with the person that you are trying to date. Number 2, they will never take the time to genuinely set up a date with you. Number 3, your conversations are too shallow. You never get the time to define the relationship. Number 4, they make you feel like an object that they can just pick and drop at any time. Number 5, they are not available when you need them. Number 6, it seems as if the relationship only happens when they want to be with you and not when you want to be with them. You never get to feel how it feels to be genuinely in love with somebody. You always live with an idea of being in love, and yet you never get to live the reality of being in love.
Yikes. Living in the idea of being in love, but not experiencing the reality. That is how we define breadcrumbing. Now, breadcrumbing refers to a dating pattern where one person sends out flirtatious and affectionate signals without genuine intent to pursue a relationship, especially leaving a trail of breadcrumbs is the analogy I want you to have in mind to keep someone interested without committing. Do you think you're in that situation? Listen, it's about to get personal. So if you're feeling like, Shayla, I'm not going to answer that, it's okay. The chat, all the realities, I want you to have this conversation with yourself, right? Do you think you're in that predicament where there's an individual who is luring you? Listen, you are hooked, okay? You want to text, call, spend time with them, but they're not really committed to you, are they? We're going to be getting into that conversation in a little bit. If you want to send through your thoughts, your views, your questions, please find us on WhatsApp +27 63406 9126.
She paints, she sings, she spins. She is thought-provoking.
Dear African woman, only you can understand what it means to be an African queen, what it means to be black, bold, and beautiful.
African women in arts are shaping culture and telling stories that move the world. This Women's Month, we honor your creative fire. Channel Africa, the African perspective on SABC Plus. Africa's very own think tank. This is Channel Africa Online. www.channelafrica.co.za.
My mind, it runs all these thoughts of trouble. cannot buy. Send me love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Finding a way when you cannot see. Man with this system, he cannot pray. I need to find relief. But behind my mind, it runs. All these thoughts have trouble me. Funny to give up my pain. Funny to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need, right? Yeah, I really need my love. I need to free my love. I really need your love. I need to free my mind out. I really need your love. I need to free my love. I really need your love. Oh yeah, just set me free, freer than the open mind, farther than the eyes can handle, freer than the ocean now. Yeah, yeah, so set me free. Now I need to find release. Set me to the open sky. Now I need to free my mind. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, I don't, yeah, oh no. I might be falling deep. 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 Tell me now what you need. I've been going to God when I'm all in my mind. I might be falling deep. Falling deep. I might be falling. I might be falling. I might be falling. I might be falling. Yeah.
Hi there. Do you want to elevate your business and give it a voice in South Africa and Africa as a whole? Well, in that case, let Channel Africa make this a possibility. Channel Africa is willing to advertise your business for as little as 30,000 rands or $1,719.18. To get access to these great rates, send all requests to mokoenata@SABC. That's MOKOENATA@SABC. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Africa's voices, Africa's journeys. They're all on African Diaries.
You're running from some disappointment and pain. Your heart drenched and scorched by the fire and the rain. I know that you're feeling something, but you're not ready to say. I'm just happy to see your bright eyes shining again. You show you care with what you do. I know I'm meant to be here for you. In this moment I know what's true. I can't to see you, so divine, Lesithandwa sami. I can't wait to see you.
Fifteen minutes before the second hour of the show. If you've just joined us, welcome to it. This is African Diaries. Shayla Ndikumana keeping you company, and I'm with you for the next hour and 15 minutes. A beautiful song you just heard there, that one titled Jacaranda. Carrying the Soul alongside Msaki, representing South Africa on the playlist. And before that, we had Thames with Free Mind, taking us to Nigeria. Speaking about free minds, listen, we're about to get into this conversation called the art of breadcrumbing. Maybe we shouldn't dub it that, because maybe, just maybe you'll think I'm here to teach you on how to breadcrumb, and that's not it. I want us to be able to identify breadcrumbing. I want us to be able to not only identify it in our potential partners or partners, but identify it in yourself. Perhaps you are a breadcrumber. Now, before we start pointing fingers, let's talk about what breadcrumbing is. Breadcrumbing is when someone gives you just enough attention, affection, and communication to keep you interested, but never commits or follows through with anything meaningful. The analogy you want to have here is when you go to the park and you see pigeons and you sort of want them to be in a particular spot. I know that people just throw breadcrumbs all over the place and they come and eat. But if you want to lure this pigeon or this animal to a certain place, you'd line up these breadcrumbs and they would munch away at it. But that's not really a full meal. Just like breadcrumbing isn't really the expression of love. And so we're going to be getting into this audio. This one is courtesy of Nicole Colanotti. And she's going to be walking us through what breadcrumbing is, the signs of breadcrumbing, and perhaps a potential solution or two to this phenomena.
Gender-based violence is destroying lives and tearing communities apart. It happens in homes, in schools, at workplaces, and too often in silence. But it doesn't have to continue. If you see it, speak out. If you are hurting, reach out. Because doing nothing is not an option. Listen to all 19 SABC radio stations from Wednesday, 23rd of July for hard talk, discussions, advice, dramas, educational shows, and interviews around GBV with experts, survivors, lawmakers, and the whole country affected by gender-based violence. For all your favorite SABC radio stations, call 0800 428 428 to report abuse or get help. GBV, it ends with you. This message is brought to you by the SABC. In this episode of Channel Africa Conversations, Peter talks to Dr. Tulisile Buddha, an academic, author, and an expert in indigenous knowledge systems. Join us for a compelling discussion on preserving African languages and traditions in the digital era. Dr. Tulisile unpacks the role of educators, explorers, and how technologies like AI can support cultural preservation, and challenges us to rethink how we honor African heritage. You can find the episode on YouTube, SABC Plus, and on our website, channelafrica.co.za. This episode is a must-listen for educators, creators, and change makers across the continent. Channel Africa, the African perspective. She breaks records. She breaks barriers. African women in sports are champions of strength and spirit.
Silky smooth, serene style from Caster Semenya. My word, is there any end to her talent?
This Women's Month, we salute your power. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Turn the page. It's African Diaries on Channel Africa.
It is 49 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time, currently discussing breadcrumbing, and we're doing this with Love Uncensored podcast. This by Nicole Colantoni, and she's going to be walking us through what breadcrumbing is, the signs, potential signs, I suppose, because maybe they vary, maybe they are different for other contexts, and potential solutions to breadcrumbing. Let's have a listen.
Guys, breadcrumbing is a dating term to describe when someone gives you just enough time and attention to keep you interested. And despite breadcrumbers having zero intention of actually wanting to commit to you, they will manipulate you into believing they want to spend time with you and even see a future with you. Guys, breadcrumbing is actually a form of mental and emotional abuse that involves manipulation and deceit to keep you interested without ever having to commit. And often the person being breadcrumbed is continuously getting their hopes up only to be let down over and over again. Some signs of being breadcrumbed include when their actions don't match their words. Guys, actions speak louder than words, and when it comes to breadcrumbers, they are all talk. They do this to keep you interested without having to invest much time or effort into the relationship. An example is when a breadcrumber says, "I can't wait to see you," yet never locks in a time or place to meet up. Another example is when they respond inconsistently and don't follow up on plans. Guys, inconsistent behavior is textbook breadcrumbing behavior. This is because they only ever give enough attention to keep you thinking that they're interested, and this is often followed by periods of complete silence until they think they've lost you. And when this happens, they will then feed you a breadcrumb by making contact again to get attention. An example is when a breadcrumber says, "I miss you," yet makes no effort to meet up with you. Another example is when they overpromise and underdeliver to purposely keep you wanting more. Guys, breadcrumbers will make plans or talk about the future with you, even though they have absolutely no intention in ever following through with them. This is to make sure that you remain interested in them and hopeful that the relationship will one day progress. Another example is when they only flatter or compliment you when they want something from you. Guys, breadcrumbers are very skilled at telling you what they think you want to hear in order to maintain contact with you and receive validation from you. This often involves making comments about how important you are to them or how much they look forward to the future with you or even how great they think you are. Guys, breadcrumbers are typically charming and flirtatious, but they keep you at arm's length so that they don't have to get too close. An example is when you're talking to someone on a dating app and they keep telling you how attracted they are to you, but they never actually make plans to meet up. But guys, breadcrumbing can also take place in a relationship as well. An example is when your partner tells you they love you and can see a future with you, but never makes time to see you or never factors you into their plans. But guys, regardless of your relationship status, everyone deserves more than just crumbs. You should never be used as a crutch just because someone is lonely, and you should never be made to feel like an option or a backup plan. If you ever do suspect that you're being breadcrumbed, call them out or set clear boundaries by being direct about what you're looking for in a relationship and what you expect from the other person. If the person is unable to meet your expectations, then remove yourself from the equation. And guys, remember, we accept the love we think we deserve. Everyone is 100% deserving of healthy love, so don't allow someone to ever make you question your self-worth.
53 after 10 p.m. Central African time. Nicole, Colin Tony with that one coming from Love Uncensored. And she's speaking to us about breadcrumbing. Okay? The idea, the gauge, the understanding, the art, if you will. And I will tell you why I'm saying it's an art of luring people in, but not committing. And so I've got you interested enough to continue to live with this idea of who I am and not necessarily what I do for you or who I am in reality, in actual fact. See my English slipping there because breadcrumbing is such a sensitive topic. You think you're in love. No, you're being breadcrumbed. And my question is sort of to the person who is being breadcrumbed. Why can't you see through the correct lens? Why is it that everyone around you sees better than you do? And we argue, no, love is blind. I don't think love is blind. I think love is intentional. And you cannot be intentional and blind in a relationship. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. That's my 2 cents worth. That's my headspace. I'd love to hear from you this evening, though. +27 634 069 We're going to get into I suppose, an enacting of kinds by Reed Toy. He is an influencer on social media platforms, and he articulates so well this art that I thought, listen, we need to listen to this. I want you to listen properly because after listening to him, you now need to gauge firstly yourself. Do you do that? Or, and listen, it could be intentional, it could be unintentional. Perhaps you're saying, Shayla, but I don't do it intentionally. You know, I don't get connected. They don't connect to me. She's just not the one. He's not the one. I'm not sold on this idea, but I still do think that there's something there. I want you to listen to Reed for a second and gauge yourself and say, is this me? Before we point the fingers, let's look at ourselves. Is this you?
Bro, why is your girlfriend so in love with you when you treat her like garbage? Have you ever heard of breadcrumbing? Breadcrumbing? No, what's that? Well, you see, at the beginning of our relationship, I would shower her with love, gifts, all the attention that she could desire. 100% of my effort. This is what we call love bombing. Also, I can get my hooks in, get her addicted to my personality, convince her that I am her ideal man. But, of course, as time would go by, I would take away a breadcrumb. 5% at most. Nothing for her to notice. But even if she did notice, nothing for her to complain about. It's just 5%. Now, all of a sudden, 100% of my effort becomes 95, 90. Do you see where I'm going? Now, of course, it doesn't go all the way down to 0 that easily, for memory is such a fickle thing. But so when she does complain, what do you think I do then? Gaslight her? No, that comes later. No, I just give back the 5%. 80 becomes 85. But the sinister thing there is, all of a sudden she's so grateful for 85 when I was originally giving her 100. 85 becomes her new 100 for her, the new 10 out of 10 of happiness for her. And then I just continue this process of whittling her down all the way to 0. At which point she'll be thanking me genuinely for using her like a dog. Why would anyone tolerate that? Oh, it's simple calculus. Losing 5 from 100 is 5%, but gaining 5 from 5, you just doubled. You've gained 100%. What is breadcrumbs to a king but a feast to a peasant?
Listen, I don't know about you, but that audio had me stirred up, okay? I thought to myself, listen, in actual fact, there is a science to this madness, right? You begin to slowly withdraw and pull away, and perhaps it's unknown to you. You know, it's something that you do without intention. It just so happens that you're losing interest. And so you continue to pull away. But because this person has spotlighted you at 100, they think that you are always giving yourself at 100. Yikes. So many questions to ask, so much to speak about is my thing. I'd love to hear from you this evening. Are you a breadcrumber, or more so, have you been breadcrumbed? And I'm saying more so because it's very hard for you to admit that you're the one doing the thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're just like, Shayla, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to admit. You know, I was going through something. I haven't been okay. And we're not taking away from your state of mind. We're not taking away from your own set of experiences. We're simply saying this is a problem. And we're not trying to deal with you. We're trying to deal with a problem. That number, +27 6340 69126. It is 58 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time. Let's jet off into some music.
African Diaries, weekdays, 10 till midnight. in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa, the Morning Switch Weekend with the Shy Guy.
Mazuka Wanji Nonse, Zukani, the Shy Guy, a Morning Switch.
Have you ever listened to a song and then it gives you goosebumps? Cause it takes you way back in the 80s. My goodness. Yay. Hey, baby. You hear Yvonne Chaka Chaka there. I wanna talk to the DJ. And then the DJ goes like, hey, baby, I've got you on the other side. Huh? There were no WhatsApps then, right? There were no sliding to in the DMs at the time. Oh, man.
Your weekend mornings are activated with the Shy Guy on the Morning Switch. Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802.
Girl, I want to see you tonight. I will catch a flight and come see you tonight. Eh, ooh, girl, I want to see you tonight. I will catch a flight and come see you tonight. 'Cause this distance is killing me for sure. So give me for more. Give me meat on top. I want this, your love. Oh. Say for instance, I do anything for love. Anything at all. You feeling this or not? Make I know what's up. Oh. I go take flight and I will fly to you. I should they waste time. I feel they run to you. Oh. I go take flight and I go fly to you. I should they waste time. I feel they run to you. Salty love. Oh girl, you got me wanting more. I can't get enough of your salty love. Oh girl, you got me wanting more. Mash it, body, mash it, body. I don't wanna lose you. You get style, me I don't ship bang but I don't know no. So no time. And if you say you know, do I go and die? Me I don't belong but I don't know no. I'm on a radar. I go take flight and I go fly to you. I should they waste time. I feel to come to you. I go take flight and I go fly to you. I should they waste time. I feel to come to you. Salty love. Oh girl, you got me wanting more. I can't get enough of your salty love. Oh girl, you got me wanting more. Mash it, body, mash it, body. Salty love. Oh girl, you got me wanting more. I can't get enough of your salty love. Oh girl, you got me wanting more. Mash it, body, mash it, body.
It is 14 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African time. If you have just joined us, welcome to it. African Diaries, Shayla Ndikumana, but I'm not alone. This is going to be a rather interesting set of minutes as we come to the end of the show. Well, I suppose the last hour is what I should be saying. The music that has been the very last that you heard there, a beautiful one with Peruzzi and Fireboy, DML, and that one titled Saudi Love. Before that, we had Black Motion coming in with Oli M, and that one titled Anyway. And that are some of the treats that we played you in order to, of course, keep you entertained, but also to lure you in. Hopefully, this was not a form of breadcrumbing. That's all I'm saying. If you are not familiar with the terminology of breadcrumbing, let me speed you up. Let me catch you up on what breadcrumbing is. Breadcrumbing is when someone gives you just enough attention, affection, and or communication to keep you interested. So the underpinning issue is that you must have an interest already. And so when they begin to do the bare minimum, you are still lingering on your interest or whatever it is that drew you to them initially. Now, they never commit. They always promise to, but it's not a real thing. I want you to think of breadcrumbs as, or rather breadcrumbing as leaving crumbs. And we gave you the analogy of a bird sort of picking away at those crumbs, following you, hoping that they would get a full meal. I don't know if birds think like that, but the idea is that that's what I want you to envision when we talk all things breadcrumbs. So joining me in studio, our digital specialist, she's also quite the individual. She's got quite a bit behind her name. I understand that she's in production. I understand that she's a communication specialist. I understand that she has a background in marketing. And I'm really excited to talk to you. Elaine!
I am also very excited to be speaking with you.
Welcome to African Diaries. Am I allowed to say welcome?
You are definitely supposed to say that I'm welcome, because I've never been on this side of the studio before.
That's
actually.
Fair. That's fair. So I was telling Nolo the same thing. I'm like, you deal with the show on the daily. You know, you make us look good on social media.
From a different angle, but being in front of the mic, a welcome is definitely appreciated. Yeah.
Let's try that again. Welcome to
Thank
African
you,
Diaries.
Shayla.
Elaine, listen, we're talking all things breadcrumbing, and I'm just like, I hear the men's end, right? We know how they make you feel interested and you think you're in love and oh my goodness, I want to just call him and he hasn't spoken to me today and we know what they're doing because we've publicized it a lot. I wonder what women do when they breadcrumb. What do we do?
I think it's more of the same thing as well.
Okay, tell me more.
I'm just assuming, well, I've never breadcrumbed anyone, hopefully.
Okay.
But I'm assuming it would be more of the same thing. You know, you
Yeah.
just drop a text, the hey, how you doing,
Yeah.
missing you or thinking about you. And then you never really follow up on it. So I'm thinking it would be the same strategy.
Yeah.
And I guess it would also have the same kind of like damaging impact, because I'm thinking in the long run,
Yeah.
what impact does it have on the person that you're doing this to?
That is so interesting. And I'll say this because I'm thinking to myself, we're not usually the ones that pursue, right? We are pursued as women, right? So you'll have the pursuer come to the pursuee, if that's how we say it. And he's the one who, initiates for the most part. So how do women initiate when it's not their natural posture?
I don't think it comes from the initiation of a woman. I'm just going to give you a scenario here,
Yeah.
because I think it comes from maybe a guy will be approaching you.
Yes.
And you can just see, okay, maybe I'm kind of interested, but I'm not really sure. So you're kind of like giving that extra spice, like, okay, let me see where exactly it's going to go. So I'm thinking it would be coming from that perspective, not necessarily that you go out there with the intent to find somebody that you'll breadcrumb. I think it comes from, with me, what I've observed is what I've observed.
All right, man.
Yeah, what I've observed is a guy would go up to a lady and he's expressing interest in her.
Yeah.
And she's probably kind of like interested, but there's just something that she's just not getting fully about this guy. He's not really hitting a full 100%. But she's like, okay, let me just keep this going and just see where it will go. So she just gives him just enough, just to keep him interested, just to see what other things are there that maybe can just pique her interest further for her, while she's still deciding, do I like this guy? Do I not like this guy? Do I want to pursue this? Do I not want to pursue this? I would assume that would be also a type of breadcrumbing. But, I don't think it would be with intent. Okay, I'm going to walk up to this person and do that. I think it just so happens when you're still trying to figure out if this person has all those characteristics maybe that you are interested in or that you're looking for.
That's really interesting. And I say that because how are you supposed to react? I'm not so... Listen, you came to me.
Exactly.
I wasn't looking at you.
Exactly.
And so when you decide, listen, Shayla, let's do X, Y, Z, it's not really something I'm... I didn't initiate it. So I'm not going to come with my 100%. I'm not an eager beaver in that space.
Exactly.
Right? So would that be breadcrumbing?
I'm thinking it also falls in that category.
That's
But
so
I'm
interesting.
thinking that's probably maybe a lighter version of it. It's not as malicious as when I intentionally go out, find somebody, make them interested, and then just pull away. And then whenever I decide, I don't know what happens in the mind of a breadcrumber, but maybe whenever they decide, okay, I need a little bit of attention now.
Yeah.
And I wonder, is it linked to maybe narcissism as well? Because it feels like it could be, because it has a very malicious element to it.
Yikes. Listen, I will share with you some of the psychology behind breadcrumbing, right? So it's said that one is seeking validation. So that attention that you'd get from this person at 100% when you're not doing much validates you. I am important. You know, don't say that, right? The fear of commitment is another reason why people don't get into or step into the space of breadcrumbing, because it's like, I like you, but I don't know. And that I don't know is not because you did something wrong. Exactly. It's because I don't want to commit, but I don't want to admit to myself that I'm not ready for a commitment. Another reason is control and power. Now that is true diabolical natures, okay? And then the last one is loneliness or boredom.
Hey, but can't you find a better activity to do than to play with people's emotions?
Apparently, you're the activity. Listen, it is 21 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African time. We take a quick breather, and then we're going to be introducing another guest to this conversation.
Africa, voici Abedi.
Oui, c'est moi.
Abedi est un passionné de musique dans l'âme. Il a un goût pour toutes sortes de musique et passe ses journées à écouter Channel Africa.
J'aime beaucoup la musique africaine.
Ok. Devinez quoi? Channel Africa veut aider Abedi et les mélomanes du monde entier à découvrir encore plus de musique incroyable. C'est pourquoi Channel Africa appelle les artistes africains à soumettre leur musique. Chers artistes, n'oubliez pas de nous fournir toutes vos informations pertinentes à l'email adresse musique@channelafrica.co.za. Les soumissions sont votre chance d'être entendues, mais elles ne garantissent pas une playlist. Toutes les soumissions seront soigneusement examinées pour voir si elles répondent aux exigences de notre station. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
She breaks records. She breaks barriers. African women in sports are champions of strength and spirit.
Silky smooth, serene style from Caster Semenya. My word, is there any end to her talent?
This Women's Month, we salute your power. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Gender-based violence is destroying lives and tearing communities apart. It happens in homes, in schools, at workplaces, and too often in silence. But it doesn't have to continue. If you see it, speak out. If you are hurting, reach out. Because doing nothing is not an option. Listen to all 19 SABC radio stations from Wednesday 23rd of July for hard talk, discussions, advice, dramas, educational shows, and interviews around GBV with experts, survivors, lawmakers, and the whole country affected by gender-based violence. For all your favorite SABC radio stations, call 0800 428 428 to report abuse or get help. GBV, it ends with you. This message is brought to you by the SABC. Africa Speaks on African Diaries with Shayla Ndikumana.
This is my decision. This is my decision. I don't think you listen. You listen. I don't think you listen. For me to come out, it must mean I'm a teacher. It must mean I'm not the same. It must mean I'm on your case. For me to come out, it means that I'm not the teacher. I want to show you my world. Give me one break, I need faith. Faith to believe you, faith to receive you. Give me something I'm lacking, I don't need nothing. You are my everything. Only me and you, only me and you, only me
Beautiful music coming through Thames with that one titled Me and You. Welcome to African Diaries. Shayla Ndikumana keeping you company. And I've got you for the next 33 minutes as we continue conversations concerning bread crumbing. Listen, if you're just joining the subject matter and you're saying, Shayla, wait, for 10, 12, and 16.3 marks, what is going on? I want to give you just an overview of what breadcrumbing is. Breadcrumbing is when someone gives you enough attention, affection, communication, and this is to keep you interested, but they're not really looking to commit to you. They're not really looking to follow through with this interest. And so you think of it as you leaving breadcrumbs for an animal to follow. And the reason I keep on going back to the animal instance is because of this particular audio. I want us to get into it, right? Reed Choi, who is an influencer, said something very interesting. So he's role playing between himself and himself. And he asks the question, hey, why is your girlfriend so in love with you when you are basically doing nothing for her? And this is what he had to say. I want us to get into that, but I also want you to send through your commentary, your thoughts, your views, your questions, because we have two amazing individuals joining us in just a short bit. We'll have Tlhakele Bobo Seretse, who joins us, and he will, of course, give us the male's view. If you're not familiar with Tlhakele's work, he launched his solo career as a musician in 2014, releasing the single Rise. This track gained significant traction, promoting both the song and a movement, encouraging South Africans to unite beyond the socio-political divides that we find ourselves in. He expressed big ambitions for the track and its message that resonates widely, not just with South Africa, but the continent at large. He performed at the 2014 FIFA World Cup closing ceremony in Brazil, including the Fan Fest event in Rio. And he did this with over 18,000 people. That means double that, if you want to know the number of eyes that were watching him as he did his thing. And he joins us to give us the male perspective. We also have joining us in studio, we have Elaine Wengani, who is a communication specialist, a marketer, and the digital specialist for this particular show and for Channel Africa. And so that conversation comes your way. For now, I want us to get back to that audio by Reed Choi. Yeah, that enactment, man, it does something. It does a thing or two.
Bro, why is your girlfriend so in love with you when you treat her like garbage? Have you ever heard of breadcrumbing? Breadcrumbing? No, what's that? Well, you see, at the beginning of our relationship, I would shower her with love, gifts, all the attention that she could desire. 100% of my effort. This is what we call love bombing. Also, I can get my hooks in, get her addicted to my personality, convince her that I am her ideal man. But, of course, as time would go by, I would take away a breadcrumb. 5% at most. Nothing for her to notice. But even if she did notice, nothing for her to complain about. It's just 5%. Now, all of a sudden, 100% of my effort becomes 95, 90. Do you see where I'm going? Now, of course, it doesn't go all the way down to zero that easily, for memory is such a fickle thing. But so when she does complain, what do you think I do then? Gaslight her? No, that comes later. No, I just give back the 5%. 80 becomes 85. But the sinister thing there is, all of a sudden, she's so grateful for 85 when I was originally giving her 100. 85 becomes her new 100 for her, the new 10 out of 10 of happiness for her. And then I just continue this process of whittling her down all the way to 0. At which point she'll be thanking me genuinely for using her like a dog. Why would anyone tolerate that? Oh, it's simple calculus. Losing 5 from 100 is 5%, but gaining 5 from 5, you just doubled. You've gained 100%. What is breadcrumbs to a king but a feast to a peasant?
32 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African Time. Elaine is with me in studio. That is Elaine Wengani, who is a communication specialist, a marketer, and digital specialist for Channel Africa. Before we introduce Tlhakele Bobo Seretse, ma'am, your face turned green for a second there.
Because I'm like, we are going to die from all these love bombs. I am seething inside. I've never been this. I don't. Okay, maybe angry is the right word. Like what?
It is a thing. It is a practice. Listen, to give us the male gaze, the male understanding, we are going to touch base with none other than Tlhakele Bosretsani, who is a music compiler, if you will. He is a musician at heart. He's done quite a bit. One such instance is that 2014 FIFA World Cup closing ceremony performance in Brazil, this including Fan Fest event in Rio de Janeiro, attended by 18,000 people. He also performed frequently in Dubai, and in 2012. Look at the mathing me out. He performed at a private event, the wedding of FIFA Secretary General in Italy, which opened doors to more international bookings. Mr. Bo, welcome to African Diaries. It is an honor to have you this evening. We're talking all things breadcrumbing, sir. I just want to gauge just your thinking. When I say breadcrumbing, what comes to mind?
Firstly, good evening, and thank you so much for having me. There was quite an introduction, and I appreciate the accolades. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you and your listeners. Very interesting topic you have going, and the minute you mention breadcrumbing, it feels like some type of leftover, some type of. It does not feel like the main course. It doesn't feel like the best of the meal.
Not the best of the meal. Not the best of the
meal.
Not
the best part of the meal, yes.
Sure. I don't know if you had an opportunity to hear Reed Choi's in acting, right? So he plays himself against himself, and he is one part of himself is addressing the next. And he asks this gentleman to say, why does your girlfriend love you so much? Yet you barely do anything for her. I want to gauge the male stage. Listen, Elaine was very, very particular to let us know that she does not breadcrumb. So if you want to do the same, it's okay. Start with that. But we want to gauge just the headspace one ought to be in order to step into this thing. It's not a relationship, right? But this person is willing to step into a relationship with you. And then you begin to pull away. What headspace need a man be in for that to happen?
He probably might have experienced something that he had not anticipated, or he must have been turned off, or he might have probably seen something other than what he was expecting. So something rather repulsive maybe, or something that turns him off, or something that makes him less interested for whatever reason, you know. I mean, that's what's coming top of mind. I mean, I'd have to unpack it more, I think, while we go, but I think that's what I would think as a first instance, is to say, or it could be the chase. It could be that after the chase, or after maybe trying to, meet up with her or whatever, and suddenly he's done that, to find that maybe, she doesn't quite look the way that he thought she did, or maybe she is not what he saw in this current world. Maybe she doesn't look like what he saw on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm kind of thinking, different scenarios, but as the first kind of, top of mind here.
Elaine, I want to turn over to you. Tlhakele said something really interesting. He said that maybe, just maybe, this man doesn't meet your expectation, right? So you go on your first date and you're wowed, right? Because that's the first encounter, I suppose. Second encounter, you start seeing things that don't make sense. Like, why do you pick your nose in public? It's little nuances about people that sometimes throw us off. With that being said, why do you think a woman would stay knowing that this isn't something she wants in a relationship?
I think it's also about options. I think whether the person is being breadcrumbed or the person is breadcrumbing, at the end of the day, I feel like what they're trying to do is just to keep their options open up until that ideal person maybe pops up.
Yeah.
I think it's also about an element of that, like, okay, I just have this fling or thing that will keep me busy until my score 10 arrives. So I think it could be that.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's also about self-confidence issues, maybe. And maybe that's just a hope that, okay, as time goes on, maybe I'll end up getting that full level commitment, which unfortunately it seems from this scenario may never even come. So it's quite heartbreaking to have to think about these scenarios.
Yeah. Here's my thing. Here's my problem. It feels like women are the only ones that have super hope. Bo, am I wrong? I feel like we are there. We are waiting. No, he's gonna change. He's gonna, persevere. He's gonna outgrow this strange withdrawal that he has, and is gonna accept me at some point. Are we the only ones who do that?
There's, I mean, I can relate to it. Maybe being a general behavior, perhaps that most guys would be guilty of. Therefore, females would feel that way, ladies would feel that way. But I do believe that it is also something that, as guys, we experience. Especially when you are interacting with somebody maybe who is a profile higher than you. If it's somebody that's maybe more established or more, as far as like a career, somebody who's more dominant than you are, you might be hoping that either they will change their the way they where they can see themselves with you and where you are adequate, or you're hoping that at some point they will want to give you their best and they will want to take things to the next level with you.
Elaine, here's my thinking. That's what we women do generally, right?
Yeah.
The aspiration is always above you.
Exactly.
Right? What happens when you fall for that person who's not necessarily, the standard is not, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say. This is not an aspirational standard according to societal standards. This is somebody who you enjoy's company, I suppose. Somebody who provides a sense of warmth that women look for. How do we find ourselves in those predicaments? Being breadcrumbed.
I think it's exactly that. The connection is there, but it's at a very superficial level. So they're giving you something of what you need.
Yeah.
They're just not giving you everything of what you're needing. So I guess that 5% at that time will have to make do. I don't know how, because I'm supposing the side effects in the long run will be greater. But I'm thinking that could be a part of it. They are ultimately giving you something of what you need, something of what you desire, even if it's not 100% of it. And it's so sad.
Listen, for me personally, I think whether you are being breadcrumbed or you are the bread crumber, I think that there are psychological issues that we need to sort of highlight. Right. And Bo, I'm going to turn over to you. I know that no one's a psychologist in the room, but I want us to talk as people on the ground. Right. I want us to talk about the extent to which we are affected by relationships. It could be something that you witnessed in the homestead. It could be something that you learned from your friends. But to what extent need this be an experience you've had such that it's something that you practice? Because I can see someone do something bad and say, no, I'm not going to do that. But we've made it a part and we've sort of integrated it into who we are. Bo, for men, what's that one experience that sort of makes you go, okay, even me, I'm breadcrumbing. Why not?
Whenever you talk about relationships and you talk about things that have to do with feelings, like logic flies out the window often. And sometimes when I'm even listening to you making so much sense, the minute it applies to you, it's a completely different story. Firstly, I want to speak from that perspective to say it's something that as a man or from a man's perspective, it can easily happen to you. And when it happens to you, I guess you feel like a victim, or you feel that it has a very negative impact on you, depending on obviously what you were hoping to achieve with that person. And it can affect your confidence moving forward, and it can affect how you then look at relationships. But the funny part about it is, it's probably what you might do as well as a man if you found yourself in the same situation. So it's a very tricky, it's a very tricky situation to explain. I struggle a lot with sometimes articulating something from a neutral perspective until I've gone through it. But yeah, as far as this topic is concerned, I think it's something that from a man's perspective, it's something that one can easily do without even realizing that that's exactly what you're doing. And to some people, it might actually be a game. It might be quite a stupid game.
Listen, Elaine, one thing that we are told to do when it comes to breadcrumbing is, and avoiding breadcrumbing, is setting boundaries. Do you think we know how to set boundaries?
If you don't know how to set boundaries, you need to learn.
Yeah.
Because I feel like then you'll just end up being given all of this little pittance and still coming back for more. And it's not really serving you. It's not taking you anywhere. You're probably just wasting your time with somebody who's not even gonna settle down in the long run in any case, and it might have devastating impacts on you in the long run and your ability to formulate relationships. So I think it's important as a woman, and maybe even as a guy, to formulate boundaries. Like, what is it that you're willing to deal with, and what is it that is a complete deal breaker? Because I think that's the only way you'll be able to protect yourself and be able to move forward. So it's important. If you don't have boundaries, or you don't know how to set boundaries, it's very important to start learning.
I'm asking this because more often than not, women run with their heart first. Right? Yeah, he's called me first. Oh my goodness. You are so mesmerized by the experience that you forget, wait, whoa, I need to, gauge self. Is this good for me? And I'm saying this as a woman. Bo, listen, I'm not taking away any experience from a man. And so just to turn over to you and gauge you, do men go through the same thing where they run first with their heart and then their mind catches up after some time?
Absolutely. In fact, in these interesting times that we live in, I find that guys are the ones that are often hoping for something more, something more, and then, with a lot of women now focusing on personal development and focusing on a lot of other things, being in a relationship might just be like something that they're not doing with like real intentions of building something. It just forms part of a social element of their lives. But when it comes to now certain serious things, it's like maybe a relationship, it's a weekend thing, or it's that thing as a groove, or just that thing so that I'm able to do what people in relationships do. But there's a word, elokshin, when they say umuntu yakfatela, meaning someone takes you serious, or takes what you are doing with them, or takes your relationship serious. So in this case, umuntu akakufadeli, meaning they don't take you serious, man. They like the thought of chilling with you. They like the thought of maybe doing like social stuff with you, but they're not really trying to connect with you beyond that. They don't see themselves as settling down with you, and actually they don't want to have that conversation that has to do with settling down, you know what I'm saying, or taking things to a very real level. That's what I would say. I know for a fact that it's what a lot of guys are experiencing these days, which seems to be maybe an exact opposite of what used to happen, where the ladies were the ones who were more intentional and more serious about their relationships, and the guys would be the ones kind of wanting to still play around or wanting to still have their options open. So I would say now it's kind of the tables have turned in a way.
The tables have turned in a way. Listen, for the very last question, I want us to get vulnerable in the room. All right, I'm going to start off with you, Elaine.
Okay.
Have you ever been breadcrumbed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I have. And the complexity with breadcrumbing is it comes with love bombing as well. So once they start to pull away, you'll obviously as a person complain like, hey, you're withdrawing. Is something wrong? Are we maybe ending this? No. And then the behavior changes. And now all of a sudden they're sweet, they're kind, they're attentive. But then that lasts only for a very limited amount of time.
Yeah.
And then you go right back to being breadcrumbed again. So I've experienced that. And I must admit, it was very difficult to remove myself from that situation. But for the sake of my sanity and my happiness, I had to, because I was able to see the pattern now. It took me a long time, admittedly. But eventually I was able to see that, this situation, I'm being breadcrumbed here and I need the full meal. So, bye.
I need the full meal. Did you identify it as breadcrumbing when it was happening? Was that the terminology you were using?
That's not the terminology I was using. I
Yeah.
think the terminology that I had in my head at that time was that I was being played. That's the word that came to my head. Like,
Yeah.
this one is playing with me, playing and toying with my emotions. Like one day you're up, one day you're down, then you disappear for a couple of days, then you come back. Oh, I was busy. And then all of a sudden, because I can see that you're able to pay attention, because when you're love bombing, you do all of that. And then all of a sudden it's withdrawn. It's called techie. Like, this game ain't fun. No.
Hey, Mr. Bo, as a parting, I suppose, shot, firstly, have you been breadcrumbed, and how did you overcome that?
Absolutely, I've been, and before knowing the term, I wouldn't. That's not what I would have called it, but it makes so much sense, you know. But I guess this is the one common thing that I would share with Elaine is exactly how she felt about it. Where a person would today be extremely excited and extremely, great with you, and then the next day you can't even figure out if they actually want to be with you or not, and it ends up being like a normal thing, where you're starting to think, okay, as part of your relationship, there's just times where maybe you want to be away simply because it does not feel like home. It doesn't feel like this person has anything with you. And then at some point, you get to a point where you're like, yeah, you know what, I'm not gonna play second best, and I'm not gonna be sitting here hoping that somebody's gonna be consistent and they're gonna be always or most of the time excited to be with me. Let me get out of here. So I agree 100% with Elaine. In fact, I share the sentiment. And then it really shows that as guys we go through the same. So I guess in conclusion, we do go through the same. I've been through it, and at some point I was like, no, I'm done here. I absolutely know what I bring in terms of value, and if I don't receive anything matching or anything worth anything, then I'm out.
And on that note, folks, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
It's a pleasure having this conversation with you, Shayla and Tlhagales.
Sure. Listen, I
Thank
feel
you.
enlightened. Mr. Bo, thank you so much. We can't wait for the new music. I'm echoing that.
Amy, thank you so
I'm
much.
speaking it into, what do people say, the universe it is? Yes?
Yes, absolutely. And there absolutely is some great music on the way, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys pretty soon.
The voice there of Bobo Siritsani joining us this evening, Tlhagale Bo Siritsani, who is a singer, the crooner behind that 2014 release, Rise. It is 52 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African time. In studio with me is the lovely Elaine Wengani, who is a communication specialist, a marketer, and a digital specialist for Channel Africa. Listen, I'm going to give you some time to think on what has been said. Yeah? Think on it, and we'll get back.
From Cape to Cairo, every beat tells a story. It's African Diaries on Channel Africa. We are on OpenView's audio bouquet. Channel 628. African Diaries. Weekdays, 10 till midnight.
I suppose that moment wasn't too long, but I gave you time. Okay, ponder on breadcrumbing. Do I breadcrumb people? Have I been breadcrumbed? Am I currently being breadcrumbed? Whilst you think on that, let's have a chat with Morris Touch of the Afro Republic. Morris, good evening.
Evening, Shayla. How are you doing?
Listen, at this point, I'm just avoiding breadcrumbing, okay? Left, right, anyway, up, down, I'm avoiding breadcrumbing. That's all I'm doing. That's how I'm feeling. How are you doing, Morris?
I'm great, Shayla. It's been a fantastic day, very promising. Summer is around the corner. I'm sure it's going to be a great summer. Had a fantastic day. Yeah, some positivity within what I was doing. So, yeah, I can safely say I had a good day.
That's beautiful, because then you take all that beautiful energy and you pour it into the day that is to come, rather, the 21st of August. Tell us, what can we expect on the Afro Republic?
Thursday it is, and we're going retro. We love going retro. We love throwing back to Thursday. One day I'll ask you, Shayla, to give me your throwback moments. You know, maybe I might as well ask you now, what's your throwback moment? The one that you look and just help but smile, and maybe attach that with your favorite song. What's your throwback moment?
So contextually, my throwback moment was the first time I was on air by myself. So the year was 2015. I didn't know anything about radio, by the way. I was at a particular radio station and I was a guest, and then the station manager heard me and he was like, listen, we're hiring you. And I'm like, no. So we had a bit of a tussle, and then I took the job and then I was put on air. But I wasn't just put on air, I was left to run my own desk. And so what proves to be very funny to me, and I suppose memorable, is the fact that the first things I said, because I was speaking to the continent on that platform as well, I said, hello, Africa, switched off the mic, played like 10 songs because I could not think of anything to say. I had nothing. I was like, why am I talking to the people? Why? I don't want to be here. But here we are 9 years later, and listen, I'm filled with joy, all kinds of joy, if you ask me.
You sound like you're someone who's been doing this for 30 years. You know, my first time that I went on air, it was actually on television. My first appearance was TV. You know, it was a beautiful moment because I was also thrown on a primetime show. So that alone, I still remember the song that I played, but I want you to attach a song to that moment that you experienced on your first time on air. What was one of the first 10 songs that you played?
One of the first 10 songs. Oh, goodness. Al-Haji was one of them. Al-Haji was by, I'm just trying to think of the artist, because it's a group of gentlemen. They're from West Africa, right? The name of the song is Al-Haji. It was released somewhere around that time. I remember Wizkid was on fire at that time, and I played some of Wizkid's songs. I played a song called Mimbayer by Lynx and Cameroonian superstar Blanche Bailey. But these songs don't speak to how I feel or how I felt, or they don't necessarily marry to the storyline when it comes to me. I think the song rather that marries well is, you know, that wave your flag.
Yes. It was this young, fantastic guy by Ben from Somalia.
Yes. Yeah.
In Canada, sorry. Yeah. I remember.
Because I was just waving the peace flag, like, please, someone save me. And I had 3 hours. I don't understand how I got that slot. It didn't even, tabulate mentally. Why am I doing this right now? But here we are waving flags, and we're grateful for it. So, yes, that song, Wave, I think it's called Wave Your Flag. I think it is, by Khan.
No, it's by K9.
Yeah, there we go. So that's the song I would attach. How about you, Morris?
I've had so many happy moments as a broadcaster.
Yeah.
The songs that I've always wanted to play on air when way before I started, there were so many songs. I think Muklale Pule by Yuma Sekela was one of the songs that I've always wanted to play. The Rainmaker.
Yeah.
There was a song as well by it was Cinema Kosa and Shauri Yako. Those two songs to me have always had a special place in my heart because I had those. I was still very young, and I think from that age I knew what I wanted to do. That's one thing about me. I was never confused about what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to be a broadcaster.
Sure.
So those are two. Yeah, those are 3 songs that I've always wanted to play. Up to now, I can't even do anything or make a pet or anything spent on radio, listening to radio, than doing anything that an ordinary child will do.
Sure. Listen, Morris, you're a better person than I am, clearly, because you had the vision, the way forward. You had the strides, and we appreciate the stellar job that you do on the Afro Republic. Hopefully, we'll hear some of those songs that you spoke about on the show that is to come. Thank you so much for joining us, Morris, the voice of Morris Touch of the Afro Republic. He takes over in a minute from now, and is going to be strutting his on-air prowess. Listen, you name it, TV, radio, the man has done it all, okay? He's that kind of guy. And he's a guy you want to hang out with between midnight and 3 a.m. Central African time. From the team and I, on technical, we had Kathy Chuchumalika. I must thank my digital specialist for joining us. Elaine has done a stellar job helping us break down the realities of breadcrumbing. I did say think on it, because tomorrow I want to find out from you. Your take, your thoughts, your views. For now, cheers.
African Diaries, weekdays, 10 till midnight.